What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Pro. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here. We are back. We have a new rumor to address in today's video. DeAaron Fox is the latest player to be linked to Miami. Obviously, the Kings are on a 5-game losing streak. We got to talk about the potential trade possibility of DeAaron Fox being traded to the Miami Heat. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, comment down below. Sacramento Kings fans, if y'all watching this video, let me know if you guys would entertain any package from Miami. And yeah, let's get it cracking. So this is obviously coming off of a very bad stretch of play from Sacramento. They're on a 5-game losing streak right now. They just haven't been playing that well. They just dropped a game against Detroit, a really close game, and you know, Jaden Ivey won them that game with his crazy shot he hit at the end. But yeah, they've just been losing a ton of games. A lot of close games they've been losing too, man. Like, they've been losing a lot of games that have been going down the wire. They've also been getting blown out a little bit here and there as well. Against Indiana, they lost by over 20 points. Against the Lakers, they lost by a lot. But the losses really started for them in mid-December, and they just haven't been able to figure it out. And obviously, DeAaron Fox is a player kind of very similar to Jimmy Butler. Has not signed his extension, but it's a different case with the Kings and Fox, because the Kings have actually offered him an extension, and I don't think he's taken it yet. So and he's gone on, I think, Draymond's podcast, and he's talked about why he has not taken this is because he wants to see if the team is going to make any moves to compete, because he wants to win in this league. So because of that, the extension is on hold. And yeah, I mean, that's really what the status is with DeAaron Fox's contract right now. The extension that he turned down was a 3-year extension, but he is eligible for a 4-year, $229 million extension next offseason. So the offseason of 2025 that he's eligible to get. So maybe this could be put, you know, just because of money purposes, that they're bypassing, or that he's bypassing this extension that was currently he was eligible to sign, the 3-year, $165 million. Obviously, 4-year, $229 million is a lot more money, and it's a year extra. So as of right now, he is going into free agency as a restricted free agent, I believe, and he is able to sign that 4-year max extension if he wants. But there are a lot of signs that Sacramento might be moving him because of the fact that they're just in a mediocre spot right now. Now, Sacramento made a move this offseason where they got DeMar DeRozan in, and the biggest, I mean, I guess it's not really a head scratcher, but the biggest thing that we have been able to see is that it just has not been a good fit for them, because of the fact that it's just a lot of mid-range jump shots being taken. And yeah, I mean, we know DeRozan loves to shoot the midi. Sabonis has been taking the midi a lot more, and they haven't really had the same production from guys like Keegan Murray and other players. I think there's been a lot of frustration with the fan base not really seeing many Keon Ellis minutes. I'm a big fan of Keon Ellis. He was in my draft sleeper video back in 2022. You know, great defender and good shooter as well. Yeah, again, I'm not sure why he's not really getting much minutes, but yeah, bottom line is there are a lot of rumors swirling around DeAaron Fox being traded. A couple teams that have been linked to DeAaron Fox in potential trades are, of course, the Miami Heat, but also the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, the Heat and Lakers will find themselves in basically every rumor. I mean, let's just make this clear. Especially the Lakers. I've seen the Lakers linked to like every single player in the NBA, basically. But is it even possible? That's what we have to answer. Is it even possible for the Miami Heat to go get DeAaron Fox? Now, my first answer would be probably not, just because I just don't know what package we have to offer the Sacramento Kings that they would even want to accept. I mean, DeAaron Fox I think he has an argument for being the best Sacramento King of all time. Is that crazy to say? I don't know if that's crazy to say, but he's definitely top 3. Like, I think he's already surpassed DeMarcus Cousins, and before DeMarcus Cousins, I don't know. I'm not really a big Sacramento Kings historian. Nate Archibald, maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. Chris Webber, I know Chris Webber was pretty instrumental for them, but He's definitely a top three Sacramento King of all time. Even if he's not number one, I think he's definitely up there for being top three. And yeah, I mean, this is a guy that the fan base has loved. They drafted him back in 2017, same draft class as Bam. Obviously, went to college with Bam, which is why I think a lot of these rumors are swirling out to be Miami driven because of the connection that Fox and Bam have from Kentucky. And even before Kentucky, I believe they knew each other back in high school as well in the circuit. But yeah, it's going to be like a big change and culture shock for Kings fans not seeing DeAaron Fox if he's traded, because that's kind of been their staple piece since 2017 when he was drafted by them. He's been like that one consistent player on the team. He's been the player that is being associated with Sacramento. He's been one of the clutchest players in Sacramento Kings history. Like, he is great for the Kings. He's done great things for them, and I don't know if they're just going to part with him easily. Like, this is a guy that means a lot to the fan base, to the organization. He's loved in the city. Like, you know, I just don't know if he's going to be like a very easy guy to trade for, you know, if you know what I mean. The only really possible option I think is like for the Heat to get involved is if De'Aaron Fox specifically requests a trade to Miami. Now, we've seen that fail with Damian Lillard before, when he requested a trade to Miami, but De'Aaron Fox is represented by Clutch Sports, so that's Rich Paul's group, obviously LeBron's agency. So Rich Paul seems to get his way a lot of the times whenever he's representing a player. That's why a lot of players sign with him, because he takes care of them. So if De'Aaron Fox and his agency and his camp decide that Miami is the place they want to go, I think there's a chance it could happen. But apart from that, I don't really know if Miami has the tools and pieces necessary to go acquire a talent and a guy that's such a big part of another team's organization like that. And that's still, still in his prime or even entering his prime right now. So it's not going to be easy. I think a package would probably look like, what is it, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Khalil Ware, and a pick or two. Maybe not Duncan Robinson. I don't know if Duncan Robinson is going to be needed or not, but yeah, like it's like I would say something like if you're talking about pieces that would make Sacramento Kings interested. You have, I think Miami has 2 first-round picks to trade. Miami has Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic. Like, those are like the young assets / picks that we have to offer. And then Rozier's contract, I don't know if that would make the money match. Rozier's contract, with Jaime and Nico and Khalil Ware, which is why I initially said Duncan Robinson as well, but that might be too much money. But something like that. Let's just say that's along the lines of what the package could be. Now, I don't even know if Miami would be willing to give up Khalil Ware, but I think you would be crazy not to give up Khalil Ware for De'Aaron Fox. Like, I love Ware, but De'Aaron Fox is a crazy player, man. He's really, really good. I feel like, especially at a position that we desperately need to fill, like the point guard position is so important for this team. I think it would be a great fit as well. Defensively, I think he's an upgrade. And obviously getting to the rim, we've severely lacked that, and Terry Rozier hasn't really been able to fill that void that we've lacked as far as rim pressure, and De'Aaron Fox will definitely do that for us. And yeah, I mean, I feel like you're gonna have to throw in Ware. Now, I don't know if the Kings will accept this, just because if a team like San Antonio comes in with their like multitude of first round picks that they have to offer, it can definitely trump the package that we have, because I don't know if the Kings are really going to be that enthralled with Jaime Jaquez, who's already about to be 25 years old soon, or Nikola Jovic. Khalil Ware, I think, will be a very intriguing piece for them, and so will the 2 first-round picks that we have at our disposal. But I don't know if that's going to be enough as compared to, the 5 to 6 first-round picks that San Antonio can offer. Then they also have Keldon Johnson, they have Malachi Branham, they have Blake Wesley. They'll want Stephon Castle. I'll tell you right now, Stephon Castle is going to be a San Antonio Spurs. I think he's as good as untouchable right now, and for a good reason, man. I think he's firmly the best rookie in the class. I've said it since UConn. Stephon Castle is that guy, and even though the Kings want Stephon Castle, or they probably will want him, I just don't think the Spurs will be giving him up at all. But they do have like other young pieces. Like, even if it's not Stephon Castle, they have a lot of young pieces that they can trade away. They have a lot of guys that are getting lockjam. Like, Champagnie has come in and replaced a lot of these guys' minutes. Like, Keldon Johnson's been benched basically because of Champagne's growth with San Antonio. So I think any trade for DeAaron Fox will definitely include him, Keldon Johnson, and then you have other guys, like I said, Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham. You have your 6 or 5 first-round picks that you have to offer. That's a much better offer than what the Heat have to give. So to me, it'll be very tough. I think, there's one of two ways that you can make this work. Is number one, Fox requests a trade to Miami, because I don't even know if the Kings will want to trade Fox at all. But if Fox requests a trade in general, or if he requests a trade to Miami, his value will become lower because he's going to be expected to be traded. And number two is maybe if a third team was able to get involved, and we could orchestrate a 3-team trade. But apart from that, I would temper my expectations on this front, guys. I don't want to be a party pooper here. I would love De'Aaron Fox on this team, like I said before, but I just feel like we have to be realistic as fans, and we cannot get caught up in the moment. First of all, I forgot to mention at the start of the video, Tyler Hero had a game winner last night that was all-star worthy. So please vote for Tyler Hero to be an all-star, by the way. Let me just put that out there. But getting back to the topic of the video, De'Aaron Fox, yeah, he would be a great player to acquire. It would be like a dream come true if we were able to get Fox. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, if we get Fox, does this mean we keep Jimmy? Like, I don't really know if those two things go hand in hand. I think Fox is a piece that can be a bridge piece for the future and the now. He's not old, but he's not also like a young piece right now. He's Bam's age, so he's like in the prime of his career, like 27 years old. So I don't really know if those two things correlate, but I think if Fox was acquired, you would want to have Jimmy Butler still on the team just because it would give you a chance to compete. And then even if you were to lose Jimmy next season, you could still ship him off. But I don't think you would want to trade Jimmy Butler to another team and then acquire De'Aaron Fox unless you're just planning on resetting this thing completely. If that's the case, then I'll respect the Heat for picking a direction. But if you're trying to acquire a player to win, I still think you should have the best playoff performer in the league, in my opinion, on your roster. So, to me, I don't know if those two things they go as hand in hand as what I've made it to seem just now. If Fox is acquired, Jimmy Butler is staying or he's traded, I think those two things can be mutually exclusive just because of the fact that Fox can be a piece for both a win now competing type perspective, or a piece to be part of a retool if we move on from Jimmy in the offseason, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I will say Fox has made it clear he wants to win. So I think any efforts to acquire him, it will definitely be a competitive team with Fox. Even if we trade Jimmy Butler, I don't think we'll be a lottery team if we were to acquire Fox, because we still have Bam Adebayo, we still have Tyler Hero. We would lose a lot of the supporting cast as a part of that trade if we were able to get him. But I do think we'll still have a few guys that can play minutes, that can help us. I still think Haywood Highsmith would be kept. I still think Kevin Love, Alec Burks, some of these older players, I think they would be kept. I even think Duncan Robinson could be kept, if the salary were to be able to work without his contract being involved. So this is still a competitive team if you were to have to give up Jimmy Butler. And then obviously if you have to trade Jimmy Butler, then you'd be able to get pieces for him as well. But again, the Miami Heat already said it yesterday that they're not going to trade Jimmy, so I don't expect Jimmy to be traded. Now, it could be completely capped, but as of right now, I think Jimmy's pretty much good to stay until the offseason, and then we'll see what happens then. So I think any trade with De'Aaron Fox, I would expect Jimmy to be here as well, and then we'd have like a big four, at least for this last part of the season, or this last season. And then we'll move into the offseason where we would have to deal with both Jimmy and De'Aaron Fox's contract extensions. But yeah, all that is hypothetical stuff. As of right now, I don't think we have a high chance to go trade for De'Aaron Fox right now. Number one, he's not asked for a trade. Number two, the Kings have not said they're shopping him. It's been a lot of rumors that he could be traded because the Kings are not doing well right now. But who knows? They might trade Sabonis. They might trade DeRozan. We have no idea. So I would temper my expectations until we get some more info on this, but it's good to think about hypothetical scenarios when it comes to this team sometimes. So hopefully y'all got some clarity with the whole situation. Hopefully Sacramento Kings fans, y'all are also able to understand the stuff that we have to offer. Let me know if y'all in the comment section think that DeAaron Fox to Miami Heat is realistic and possible. If not, let me know what other moves we should make in order to compete this season if we need to. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later as always. Have a good one. Peace.